The Dream Team. It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with why a Sydney manufacturer fears Australia is over-educated on a current affair. First off, before we even jump into this video, I'm gonna put my little 2 cents in. How can you be overeducated? I truly don't like. What do you mean? You fear that Australia is overeducated. Y'all talk to me in the comment section before we even start the video. Before you skip forward to the video playing, hit me in the comment section. How do you feel about just the title of the video? Just the title of the video alone. Then after you drop that in the comment section, make sure you subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up. And we finna see why this manufacturer think this. I may end up agreeing with him. I may change my mind. Let's find out.
Younger generations, lazy, disinterested, or both? It's a question some industries are grappling with as they struggle to hire younger workers. For some, it's near impossible, with family businesses considering throwing in the towel.
Problem is that there's a stigma in Australia with young people about taking on jobs, rolling up your sleeves and getting your hands dirty.
Times change, unfortunately. I'm probably one of the last old school kids around. Everyone's more interested in Instagram.
Yeah.
Paul Bucciarelli has no doubt. His industry is on life support.
We are in dire straits in this country when it comes to manufacturing. And we need the new generation to come forward, a balanced generation who will appreciate what we have and what we need in this country, the hard work, the hard yakka, and not feel like there's a stigma behind doing that sort of work.
His business Stripco in Sydney's West, a blasting and powder coating plant, was started by his migrant father Luigi and Uncle Giuseppe.
I think one thing I will say is I hate when like stigmas get put on jobs. Know what I'm saying? And I hate that it seems like the business that he's in is coming to an end, whether it be like a business that was passed down to him or a business that he created. It seems like it's coming to an end, and I hate when stigmas get put on jobs. Like it's because it's like you get judged for doing a certain job or anything, and it's like at the end of the day, right? People got to pay bills, people got to survive, people got to live. So there should be no stigma attached to these jobs. However you choose to make money is how you choose to make money. I don't judge nobody for how they choose, unless you out here like breaking the law, unless you out here killing people or something. I mean, I don't like stigmas, especially for a manufacturing job. I don't like it, but I'm not gonna blame the younger generation. If the younger generation just don't want to do it, then they just don't want to do it. It's just not something that interests them. And y'all got to figure out a way to interest them, to make it seem cool, to make it seem fun, to make them excited about it. But if they just don't see it as exciting, or that's not the industry that they want to go into, I'm not blaming them for not wanting to go into that. I wouldn't want to go into that, you feel me? But that's just me personally. But keep it going. I ain't heard the full story.
In 1959, he's got plenty of work, but is staring down the barrel of closing because he hasn't got one key ingredient: workers. The ones he has are aging.
One of them is 72 years of age. He should have retired by now. The rest of them are in their late 50s and 60s.
And
we need a new generation to come through, and we have not been able to find them.
Paul points the finger firstly at Australia's obsession with university education.
The reality is we have an unbalanced workforce in this country. Too many people educated, earning very little money, and too much competition in those areas, and in other areas like construction and getting your hands dirty, not enough people.
And secondly, at a failure in migration.
I don't understand why we have 100,000 Uber drivers coming into the country delivering McDonald's, burgers from down the road, when we need 100,000 more people to support manufacturing.
His theories are supported.
He said, I don't understand why we got 100,000 Uber drivers coming in the country. It ain't making sense to me. That ain't gonna help push this country forward. It ain't gonna help Australia progress. You feel me? But that's crazy that all these workers like 50s, 60s, oldest 70s. Like, yeah, I could have. The business might fist to close its doors. But again, I think education is a great thing. Whether you choose to go to college or don't choose to go to college, at the end of the day, that's your choice. You feel me? I mean, it can, if you don't use it correctly, college can be a waste of money where you end up making little to no money, especially if you don't even end up going in the field that you graduated in. Which, like me, I never. I graduated college, but I honestly, and I hate saying this, I never truly like intended to use my degree for what it was meant for. Like, but I don't regret going to college because I had so much fun and I had such a good time, and I would go again, dog, because those, now I love my life and wouldn't change anything about it. But those are also some of the best years of my life. Like, I had so much freaking fun. So I wouldn't change anything about it. Got the degree. School wasn't too hard, especially the degree I chose. But yeah, I mean, you're just gonna have to go in these colleges or whatever, go in these high schools and middle schools or whatever you got to do and market and promote and advertise it correctly to reach out to the younger generation. You got to meet them where they are, because they're not gonna come meet you where you are. You feel me? So if everybody's on Instagram, or if everybody's on YouTube, or if everybody's on Twitter or X now, or if everybody's on Facebook, you got to go meet them there. You got to go find them there. You got to figure out how the younger generation works so you can attract them to come work with you or work for you. So that's just how you got to figure out how to reach them at the end of the day. But keep it going. But the migration thing, I guess I can understand that. It would be because I've heard a lot about like migrating to Australia, how it's pretty hard to get a visa and all that, and you got to be a skilled worker to be able to. And so it's like, if they really just bringing in Uber drivers, that'd be crazy, dog. But we need Uber drivers.
When we need 100,000 more people to support manufacturing.
His theories are supported by statistics. Demographer Simon Kustenmacher.
In the 70s, a quarter of all jobs took place in factories. This is now about 6% of all jobs. So we do have potentially an over-educated Australia, if you will, because about half of a year 12 level will end up going to university these days. So that means there is a limited stock of people that would go into what are largely TAFE level type jobs in manufacturing.
Paul says the focus on education has led to a warped shaping of young people's work expectations.
As much money as possible, lifestyle, and preferably working from home. That's pretty much what they're looking for today. And
I mean, the way he just, as much money as possible, great lifestyle, preferably working from home, that sounds attractive. If I were to strive, and I would want that too, which I guess I do work from home now. I mean, I would want a little bit of better quality lifestyle, but I mean, I'm happy with the lifestyle that I'm living. Like I said, I do want it to be a bit better, but like lifestyle he just pointed out is nice. But I do understand for the I guess for the progression of Australia, like you have to, like, people got to decide to be manufacturers. People have to decide to do these jobs. So I don't know if they got to raise the wages, if they, like I said, advertise and market to these kids in middle schools and high schools, or what's going on. But I'm never going to say, like, a kid shouldn't go on and, like, go to college if that's what they want to do. And they shouldn't go get their degree if that's what they want to do. You feel me? Because that's truly, they should go whatever path that they want to go. And so I won't agree that it's potentially overeducated or anything like that, because everybody's their own person. Everybody has their own choice. And I do agree that schools do put an emphasis on going to college and education. At least in America, that's how it was when I was brought up, especially parents, society, schools, everybody telling you to go to college, go to college, go to college. Although I did get my degree, and I do not regret going to college. I had such a blast. If I really do realistically look at it, it was kind of a waste of money, all that tuition and everything. And I feel like I did go because growing up, that's all I was told was the next step after high school was college. So I feel like there is a very big emphasis on that. But again, you got to go. You got to find a way to go get them at the end of the day.
Working from home. That's pretty much what they're looking for today. And society, government, our education institutions have educated them in that way and pushed them in that direction to feel like they're entitled. And it's not necessarily their fault. Even as parents, we're to blame by pushing them to educate themselves regardless of whether they can or can't.
His son Daniel went down the path of a university education.
During school, everyone would just go to university. You know, that was the stigma at the time. You know, you have to go to uni, have to go to uni. Well, this one's done.
Yeah.
He completed a finance degree, but threw it in to work with Dad.
Your dad's worried about the future of the business. Are you worried too?
Oh, 100%. You know, this has been going on since, you know, the 70s, 60s, 70s. You know, my grandfather started the business up in Chipping Norton with his brother. I've asked cousins, younger cousins, older cousins, you know, people who, you know, are sort of hands-on and have a, you know, a general understanding of being a hands-on person, a bit cluey in that, but they're just like, no, I'd rather just stay at home, you know, work from home, work on a laptop all day or whatever, go and sit in an office, air-conditioned, nice and relaxed.
With his business on the brink, Paul was frustrated by Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's plans for a Future Made in Australia Act.
Be bold and build big.
Focusing primarily on tax breaks for clean energy projects.
Governments have been the architect of destroying manufacturing in this country, whether it be Labor, Liberal or anybody else in the past. Pretty much started when the car industry was decimated, and with all the small businesses, the support businesses that were associated with that, they all closed. We just need people that are, you know, smart and willing to want to do this work, and our industry's always trained people up. But if there's no soldiers to train, what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, y'all heard how I felt about it. I let my opinion be known throughout the whole video. So I'm intrigued into what y'all have to say in the comment section. Younger people, if y'all watch, older generation, if y'all watch middle age, if y'all watch, I want to hear like in the comment section from all age groups about like going into certain jobs like manufacturing or other things where, as most people, me included, would want to work in like air conditioning, would want to work in at home. I just choose that. Me personally, I worked jobs where I had to like get my hands dirty, where I had to load, like at Walmart, I loaded and unloaded trucks, and I've also worked as at a sports park where I had to set up fields, take down fields, get coaches, do a lot of that stuff in the rain, whether pouring rain, had to take everything down, get absolutely soaked, work outside in very hot conditions. I'm gonna choose air conditioning. I think it's a lot better, but at the end of the day, I guess everybody has their own path, and like as a business, I hate to see any business go under because I hate to see people's dreams come to a close or people's dreams fail. But I mean, it's as a business, it's your job to go out and figure out how to connect with the younger generation and how to get them to be intrigued or interested in doing that kind of work. I don't know how you do it, but you got to figure it out. But talk to me in the comment section. That's all we got. Make sure y'all subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. It's your boy Neal, out.